Are you considering buying your first home, but you don't know where to start? Do you find a realtor first, or do you go to the bank or credit union, or do you go find a house first? My name's Dewey. I'm a realtor in the Twin Cities, Minnesota. I work with Keller Williams Integrity Realty, and I'm just here sharing my first time home buying. So I would have to admit that the first time around, I did not care about buying a house. It was all my wife. She did all the work, all the research, investigation on what we needed to do. I kind of just thought to myself that, hey, a roof over my head was a roof over my head. So I didn't really care, even though our realtor was saying, hey, between buying and renting, there's a huge difference. And when you buy a home, you own it. Practically, that would be your first investment property. And you'll get a great return on investment when you do sell. To me, that kind of just went out my one went through one ear and out the other because I told myself it was just another sales tactic. We didn't settle on our first house. We didn't settle on our second house. Our realtors took their time to educate us on what a good house is and a bad house or a house that needs work. It did take a lot of time, about a year or so. So props to them for taking care of us. Really, my wife and I, we really appreciate them. So the next step that I would do is understanding your finances. Are you financially stable, and how does your credit score look like? Is it decent or is it bad? If it's decent, you should be good. If it's bad, probably work on that. If you don't know, they have a website called Credit Karma. You can use that to kind of verify to see if you have any negative remarks on your credit report. Use that to help you kind of do homework to see how you can improve your scores. Second step from this is creating a home criteria. Basically, this is very important for you. This paints you the picture of what you want in your house, where do you want to live. So for me, my wife and I, we grew up in St. Paul, so we have a lot of family and friends, and we're just already familiar with the area. So it's kind of like we want to stay there. We if we venture out somewhere else, we're gonna be like, ah, crap. Like where do we go shopping for groceries, or where's the nearest Target, Walmart, all this and that. So consider how many rooms, how many bathrooms you want, what type of house do you want, like a two-story, a split level, a rambler. I know, right? Different verbiage and stuff. You're just like one story, two-story. Does it matter? Split level, multi-level, all this and that. The list goes on, and most of these you don't even know until you start looking at houses. So, and the other thing I would add is you won't know until you start going out and seeing houses like, oh, that's what they meant. That's what it is. And then you go on and say, oh, okay, I really don't like that because there's too many floors or too many levels, or, oh, I like that it's, all this and that. So, until you get out there, you'll figure out what you want. Everyone's different, their preferences are different, and if you're looking to host a lot and have a lot of guests over, you want a big house, you want a big yard. But if you're looking to just, accommodate for a growing family, then you want a house that has a lot of rooms or potential to add rooms. So, that's just something to keep in the back of your head. So the next steps can be done in any order, I would say. There's a lot of people asking, like, so what do I do? Do I find the realtor first, or do I go find a bank or lender that's willing to work with me? It's, from my understanding, it can be vice versa, or do it at the same time, or go find a lender who will refer you out to a realtor, or a realtor who refers you out to a lender. Do what you want, but at the end of the day, I would say just find someone who's willing to help you. How do you buy a house? If you don't have full cash offer, meaning you can cash it out with just cash, then you get finance. And you do that by, in Minnesota, you can go to the Minnesota housing website, look at a lender directory, or go to a local bank or credit union, or have one referred to you by someone you know. So luckily, my realtor referred us to their preferred lender, and everything went off well. We just clicked, and everything just went smoothly. So I have to say I wouldn't have done this any other way. We love our lender. We've been working with her for our first house and our second house now. I've even used her for my my brother, my sister-in-law, and a good friend of mine. So all I have to say is, make sure your lender can assist you, can answer all your questions, and have your back. Another good thing to do is a good test, I would say, is call them on the weekend. If they pick up their phone, maybe that's a good lender for you. So I guess the reason why I'm saying that is because if you find a house on the weekend and your lender is only working on 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, good luck. So when you start working with a lender, be ready for this. So we shared all our finances, and then they pulled our credit report, came back with some homework for us because they see all our credit history, and they're gonna be like, hey, what's this? What's that? Can you fix this? Can you fix that? Okay, sure, this and that. At least they came back to us with some homework to get us ready, and it means that at that time we weren't ready to buy, but that at least they were going to help us build us into that situation where we were ready to put down an offer and get accepted. It's better than being shooed away or saying, hey, come back in 6 months or maybe something. But after finalizing our numbers, my wife and I, we were like, whoa, we qualify for this much? What? But buy within your means. Don't go house broke. As we started our buying process, I was also transitioning into a new job, and a lot of the times they're like, don't switch jobs, don't do this, do that. Talk to your lender. They'll explain to you what you can do, what you shouldn't do. But yeah, waited until my probationary period was up, which was 60 days, and then also confirmed with my 2 latest pay stubs to make sure that I was solid on how much I was bringing home, basically my gross income. And then some other issues came up, like my car, or I just sold the car, so now I have these magical funds coming out of nowhere, and so I had to put that money into my bank account, let that season for a while, about 30 days. Then after I sold my car, guess what? My other car that I was using broke on me, and I didn't have time or money to fix it, and I was like, I just gotta get rid of it. Got rid of it, but then I went out and financed a used car, and my lender was like, whoa, whoa, whoa! We're not supposed to, but I get it, and she was just like, oh my goodness. But luckily, my debt to income ratio didn't change too much, so it didn't affect us. All she said after that was, we want to make sure we don't do this when we get your offer accepted, because what happens is if you do that during the process of your offer was accepted, your debt to income ratio might change too much at that time, where you won't be qualified for your mortgage anymore. Then you lose out on the house that you got your offer accepted. So got to be careful on what you do there. So for the next part, it's very important for you to find a realtor who's willing to help you on your home journey. This can be very challenging because you want someone who can help educate you on the type of houses that you go see, what to look out for in houses, and just be in the best interest for you. So again, my wife did all the work. She found a house that she really liked and wanted to go see. We weren't pre-approved or pre-qualified, but she found a realtor on Facebook that was willing to take us to go see this house. We shared some discreet finances, and she was like, "That's fine." Took us out, and we walked the house. We were very excited, but at the end of this, we were kind of like, "Well, we want to see what's more out there then." And this realtor, this is how I remember this next part. The realtor was like, well, what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to make an offer on this? And we said we wanted to go out and look at more houses. The realtor kind of shut us down quickly after that, saying, with the finances that you shared, this is all you can afford. And we're like, ouch. Like, is that all? And So we kind of left that showing very bitter, and we're like, oh, I don't know if I want to work with her again. And kind of just left us in a stump too, where we're like, is this how all realtors are? If that is, then jeez, I don't know if I want to buy a house or work with another realtor. So luckily, I knew someone from high school who was also a realtor, and it turns out she and her husband were both realtors. So, they gave us a night and day difference, and we're very glad that we made the switch and found and sought them out because they answered all our questions, helped us through the whole process, and I would not be here where I am without them today. So, to summarize all this, pick someone who's in your best interest, not someone who isn't. If you feel like you're working with someone who can't answer your questions, who doesn't have time for you, or pick up your calls when you call them, or is forcing you to buy something that you don't like or can't afford, then I suggest you really reconsider who you're working with. So again, to kind of cover all this, check your finances, create a home criteria. This will help you understand what you want, and this will also paint the picture for the realtor to help you find what you want. Find a realtor who will help you on your home journey. All realtors are not made the same. Find a loan officer, lender, bank. Let them help you on your financing side. Same thing with them. Not all lenders, banks are all the same. Do your due diligence. You're not obligated to work with anyone. You decide who you want to work with, even if they're referred to you or recommended. Consider them all options. That's all on you. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.